Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into this video today. This topic is possibly the most important one when it comes to healing your relationship with food, and that is honoring each step of your journey when it comes to food. A lot of us, when we have a complicated relationship with food, when we struggle with our bodies, we want to eradicate that relationship with food. We just want to get rid of it. We're desperate. We'll try anything. And coming at it with that type of energy doesn't really work most of the time. And a lot of us go to extreme measures because of that. But if we honor our relationship with food and we use it as a gauge for the rest of our lives and the other aspects of our lives, then we can use it to see what's really going on. Because when we have issues with food, it isn't about the food. The food is just the symptom. So what's the actual cause that's causing this? And if we can really look inside and see what's really happening, then we can have a lifetime of food freedom instead of just dieting and coming back to the same issues. I find that with myself and many other people that I work with, we go through a journey and a process that has a lot of similarities. And you might have found yourself in each of these steps if you're at the food freedom stage now. But I find that when you're going through something like this, you have to honor each step and really be patient with yourself. The first one, and the first one that most of us tend to go to and that we might stay in for a really long time, is that dieting stage. So this is really extreme. You're looking to other people to tell you what to eat. You're depriving, you're restricting, you're probably hungry. If you're moving in terms of exercise, you're probably doing something really intense, compensatory to take away or to make up for calories and things like that. You're probably binging too. So you're going in those extremes of dieting and binging and that super exhausting cycle. And we could stay in that stage, like I said, for a really long time. I personally was there for like 20 years, but I'm hoping to give you the awareness for you not to stay there that long. Next comes being in kind of the fed up stage. So once you're kind of sick of dieting, you're sick of going back and forth, you're going to be completely fed up and you're just wanting to eat what you want, of course, in a mindful way. And this is a really crucial point because this is the point where you kind of quit dieting, you lose wanting that sense of control, and you're finally starting to trust yourself, which is the ultimate goal. After that comes the legalization phase, where you might have been restricting a certain macronutrient or types of food. But in legalization, you're really allowing everything. And just because you're allowing everything doesn't mean that you need to eat everything. You are just allowing everything and then making choices of eating what you want in the moment, of course, with lots of mindfulness in there. So in this stage, you might end up gaining weight or losing weight. You really want to be open to what's happening because you want to see how your body reacts to certain foods. Because if we have the knowledge and the data of how we react when we, for example, eat cake for breakfast or ice cream for breakfast or like a big bowl of cereal for lunch, we know like, okay, I wanted to do that and I've been wanting to do that this whole time that I've been dieting, but it actually really doesn't feel that good. So now I have the data to know this doesn't make me feel great, and now you can make the discerning decision of whether you want to do it again or not. Now this next step is optional, but I really recommend it to find out what works for you, and that's an elimination diet. Now, a lot of people that might have had eating disorders in the past, this can be very triggering and it might not work for you. If you decide to do this, then definitely work with a licensed mental health professional to guide you through. But doing an elimination diet, I really think, is the way that you can gain awareness with how foods affect you. I feel like a lot of us live in a baseline of energy that we don't know can get any better. But if you take the time to do an elimination diet like the Whole30, which you can find on their website for free, you can find all the materials and lots of extra blog posts that list extensive information with pretty much any topic. You can find out how to do an elimination diet. Like I said, it's just 30 days and you're going to be eliminating gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, legumes, grains, alcohol, and I think that's it. And there's still a lot for you left to eat. But this is amazing because you'll end up feeling great and then you'll end up adding back the foods, which is the next step, the reintroduction, and then you can actually see how foods make you feel. And having that knowledge is really empowering because then you can live your food freedom, which is the last step, and you have your data. You know that these foods make you feel a certain way. And while you're in the reintroduction phase, You can use things like digestion, your mood, your sleep, your energy level, how you're doing in the gym as indicators of, how you feel with certain foods. I'll link some articles that I wrote in this video down below where you can read a little bit more about this. The last step is the food freedom point of the journey, where you're living day in and day out with the knowledge that this never ends. So this is an entire lifetime of going through and eating and moving. And we really have to be happy and keep things really sustainable when it comes to this point. At this point, you figured out what works for you. You know what's worth it for you to eat or not. You know how you want to feel every day, and your exercise and eating decisions are based on how you want to feel, and they come from a place of kindness and self-love. I'll link the blog post and the podcast that I have on this subject down below. But in the meantime, I hope you guys subscribe to my channel and that you enjoyed this video.